Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see how to use logical operators in Python. Logical operators are special operators that are used to control the flow of program based on some conditions. In your program, if you want to change the program flow, that is the order of execution based on some decision, based on some condition, then you would use this logical operators. And when you have some multiple relational expressions to evaluate at the same time in an easy way, then you may also use this logical operators. It allows us to combine conditions. Okay, you can combine multiple expressions or multiple conditions together with the help of this logical operators. So based on the output, you would change the order of execution or the flow of program. These are all the various logical operators supported by Python. There are 3 logical operators available: and, or, not. Now we are going to see each operator in detail. First, let's learn about logical AND operator. Logical AND operator is denoted by AND, small AND, and here you have the truth table for logical AND operator. So as you can see this table, you would understand one thing. This operator, this logical AND operator returns true when all the relational expressions involved in this operator evaluates to true, which means when you give all the input values as true, this operator would return true as the result. When any one of the input is false, then obviously your output will always be, it will also be false. When any one of the input is false, then your output will also be false. Okay, so that is how this AND operator works. Now let's check this with an example. Here I am having a logical expression. This expression involves 2 relational expressions, right? First, 5 greater than 3 and 7 less than 9. First, let's evaluate this manually and check what output we are getting, right? First, let's evaluate the first expression, 5 greater than 3. So it is a true statement, right? 5 is greater than 3. So it would return true. And then we have AND operator. Then what is the next one? 7 less than 9. So here this is also a true statement. So you would get true here, right? So now both the inputs are true. Both the relational expressions return true as the result. Now let's go to the truth table and check. So when all the inputs are true, your AND operator returns true. Yeah. So here for this expression, you would get true as a result. Now let's write the same expression ideally and check what about the output we are getting, right? So what is that expression? 5 less than 3. Let's go to ideally. 5 less than 3 and 7 less than 9. 7 less than 9, right? So here we are getting true. So AND operator returns true when all the inputs are true. If any of the input values are false, then your output will be false. Let's check that also. Now let me give 5 less than 3 and 7 less than 9. So as you can see here, the second expression is a true statement, 7 less than 9. That is correct. But what about the first one? 5 less than 3, which is a wrong statement, which means it will return false, right? Now you will have false and true. What about the result? When any one of the input values is false, then obviously your output will be false, right? Now let me press the enter key. It returns false. Clear? So I hope you understood this AND concept very well. Now let's go to the next logical operator. The next logical operator is logical OR. It is denoted by small or, right? Here you have the truth table for logical OR operator. Okay. So this operator evaluates to true if any one of the expression involved in the original expression evaluate to true, which means even if one of the input is true, immediately your output will be true. Okay, you don't have to evaluate the other expressions at all. When it finds the first expression as true, it immediately returns you the result as true. But if all the expressions involved in the original expression evaluate to false, or if all the inputs are false, then your output will also be false. Clear? Now let's go to our ideally and check this logical operator with some expressions. Okay, right. So let's give the same expression here. 5 less than 3 or 7 less than 9. Okay, for the same expression, okay, when you use AND operator, you got false, right? Now let's check how the output changes when you use this OR operator. Now let me press the enter key. Here one statement, the first statement gives you false, the second statement gives you true, right? Now let me check. So it is true. Yes, when any one of the input value is true, then immediately OR returns true. Okay. Now let's give another set of expression and check how this OR operator works here. 5 greater than 6 or 10 less than 7. Clear? Okay, so here the first statement, first relational expression gives you false because 5 is not greater than 6, right? It is a false statement. And what about the second statement? 10 is less than 7. So that is also a false statement. Here both the inputs are going to be false now. So what would be the result? Obviously it is going to be false. Okay, so OR returns true when any one of the input is true, and it returns false when all the input values are false. Clear? I hope you understood this concept very well. Now let's go back to our PPT and learn how to use this logical NOT operator. So this operator is denoted by small lowercase NOT, not, and this operator would negate the value, right? So if I give, right, so if I give if your input is true, it is going to return the output as false. If when your input is false, your output will be true, right? Now let's check this with an example, right? 5 not of 5 greater than 6. Clear? So what about this output of this relational expression? 5 greater than 6, which is a wrong statement. So this would return false. But here we are negating this value using NOT operator. So what would be the result? The result is true. Clear? So if I use NOT, 6 is equal to 7. 6 is equal to 6. Let's check with this. Okay, here the statement is true, right? 6 is equal to 6. The statement is true. But we are negating the value. So what would be the answer? It is false. So this is how, when you want to negate some values, okay, then you may use this logical NOT operator, right? I hope you understood the basics of logical AND, OR and NOT operators. Now we are going to see precedence in logical operators. When you have multiple logical operators in one expression, we give priority for NOT operator first, followed by AND operator, then OR operator. Now let's check this with an example. Here we have an expression where you have all the logical operators. Here, as we discussed, NOT has the highest precedence. So this part of this expression will be evaluated first. So what will you get here? The answer for this relational expression, 6 less than 8, it is true, right? 6 is less than 8, so it is true. But when you negate this using NOT operator, the answer turns to false. It becomes false, and then we evaluate this expression, 5 greater than 3. So it is also true. So true and false, and then you have OR operator, or 7 less than 10. So which is also a true statement. Now first, out of this two operators, which should be evaluated first? And operator, right? So true and false, what will be the result? So if any one of the input is false, your output will also be false here. So you will get false in this first part of the expression. Then we have true here. And what about OR table? OR operator gives true when any one of the input is true. So here also, here one input is true, so your final output will also be true, right? Now let's check the same expression in ideally, and let's compare our result. Let me paste this expression here. So here also we are getting true. So this is how we evaluate expressions using this precedence concept, right? I hope you understood this logical operators concept very well. So far we have seen how to combine relational expressions using logical operators. But what if you have an expression like this, 5 or 7? How do you evaluate this one? Okay, so can you say the answer for this one? 5 or 7. Here you don't have any relational expression, you have only literals. So how to evaluate this? Now you should understand one concept. Here, according to Python, all non-zero numbers are considered as true and 0 is considered as false. Clear? Okay, so here we have 5, 7. Both are non-zero numbers. So both are considered to be true, right? Now let's take this one and write the same expression. What is our expression here? 5 or 7, right? So both are considered to be true here. Okay, so what about the working principle of this OR operator? It checks the first operator. Here it is true. When any one of the input is true, it is going to return the answer as true. So it will not evaluate the rest of the expressions. It will return the first answer itself as the result. So here it should return true, but in place of true, here we have 5, right? So it will return 5. Clear? So now let's check this. Here it will return 5. But if I give 7 or 0, what will I get? So 7 is a non-zero number, so which is true. And then you have 7 or 0. 0 is considered as false. So true or false. First is the true one, right? First literal has true value. So it will return the first literal as the answer. So here also you will get 7. What if I have 0 or 7? Here it would return 7 as the answer because the first value is false. So it will go to the next expression, next part of the expression, and checks whether it is true or false. If it is true, it returns that particular literal as answer, or else it will return 0 as the answer. Clear? So here it will return 7 because 7 is true. Clear? Now let's check the same concept using AND operator. If I give 6 and 7, how to evaluate this one? As you all know, AND operator returns true when all the expressions are evaluated to true. Clear? So now the order of evaluation is from left to right. First, the left hand side you have 6. 6 is considered as true. Then it has to check the next value also. So it goes to the next value. Next value is 7, which is a non-zero number. That is also true. So it will return the second value, the final evaluated value as the answer. So the final evaluated value here is 7. So it would return 7 as the answer. Clear? Now what if I have 7 and 0? Here 7 is a non-zero number. So it is considered as true. Then first one is true. So it has to check the next operator, next expression, right? So when it checks the next expression, it is 0 here. 0 means it is considered as false. So when any one of the input is false, it is going to return false. So in place of false, here you have 0. So it will return 0 as the answer. So in the same way, instead of this numbers, you may have strings or characters also, P and Q. What will you get here? P is a non-zero value. Okay, so it is nothing but a true value. Okay, it is true, and so it has to check the next value. Q is also a non-zero value, so it is also true, so it will return the last evaluated value. So here your answer would be, sorry, here I didn't give this string quotes here. I didn't give the quotes here. P and Q. Yes. See here. So you will get Q. So this is how AND and OR operator works. So what you can do, you can use this logical operators to combine relational expressions, and you can also use this on literals. Clear? I hope you all have understood this concept very well. We'll see you in the next video with a new concept in Python. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed.